And you know what? For people who are saying this isn't the time to talk about blame, and we're going to get into the rhetoric right now and the violent context that has been created as an acceptable solution to political problems. The doctors are doing their job. The police are doing their job. Let's talk about where the blame is. We can grieve simultaneously. There is no reason, unless you believe that you are going to be blamed, to be calling for discussions about blame to be delayed. Do you disagree with me, Lewis? I believe this is as good a time as any when the incident is fresh in our minds to discuss the blame.
Right. No stalling. Let's just do it.
The rhetoric and the violent stuff that's been going on around this. Who is really surprised about this, by the way? I turned this on. I saw at the time the reports were that Gabrielle Giffords had been killed, and I was not even the tiniest bit surprised. I was almost shocked by how numb to it I was. I barely reacted. I said, I wonder which congressperson it was. Literally, I had almost no emotional response. And why is that? What was your reaction, Lewis? I mean, did you react? Oh my God, I can't believe this. My reaction was bound to happen. No surprise at all.
Well, my first reaction, because the first I heard of this was from a friend of ours who happened to be in the area before it happened. The first I heard of this was from him. And so I was kind of shocked, just that he was so close to it.
Right.
But the shooting itself, I think I had the same reaction as you. I wasn't surprised. And Arizona, too, of all places.
We'll get to that specifically.
Right.
Let's go through these. Sarah Palin, first of all. Sarah Palin had a map up on her website that had crosshairs over 20 or 22, and I think we have the picture. We should put it up. 20 or 22 different Congress seats in Congress that were targets. They were highlighted with crosshairs, okay? Within seconds, the Palin web team goes into a frenzy to remove all evidence and references to Giffords from the website. Obviously, this is not proof that they believe they are legally guilty of anything. I don't believe they are. But it is proof of the fact that the connection is obvious, that is part of the culture of violence that is going on here. It puts violence on the table as a political solution. And Sarah Palin really got mad when Dave Letterman made a joke about Bristol Palin. Well, who's going to be mad now? A lot of people should be mad now. Sarah Palin's attacks on Barack Obama's patriotism actually provoked a spike in death threats against the president. Secret Service has reported this. It's from months ago. Maybe even be longer than that. The Secret Service warned the Obama family that Sarah Palin and he's palling around with terrorist stuff had an effect in real life. And this is a perfect example of the fact that as incompetent and unqualified as Sarah Palin is to be talking about politics and to be governing, she is still incredibly dangerous. She can still actually get people to believe violence is okay. And I'm not blaming Sarah Palin specifically for this incident, but Sarah Palin is part of the problem here. Giffords' opponent, Jesse Kelly, had a picture up, or rather we have a picture from when he was promoting an event where people can get together to rally against Gabrielle Giffords at a shooting range and get on target. The wording was something about get on target. We have it up. We did put it up on the screen with M16s. He is not saying we need to shoot Gabrielle Giffords. I'm not accusing him of that. But he is putting on the table the idea of violence, guns, these calls to arms, and solving political problems.
So I have to ask, or other people will ask this. Is this just ignorance? Do they really think, is this naivety? Do they think that...
It's both.
Is it?
It is number one.
I mean, come on.
It is firing people up with guns.
Okay, Sarah Palin is not qualified to take any position in government, in our opinion, right?
No.
But do you think she's a complete idiot? So stupid that she thinks her words will have no effect on people who are so easily influenced?
She might be. You know what? She might be. The statements she put out, her organization put out, Sarah Pack put out, was this had nothing to do. We had no idea that this could inspire violence or that it would lead people to take action. We don't believe it did. Michelle Bachmann, I want people armed and dangerous over the Obama tax plan. Glenn Beck wants to murder Michael Moore. Okay? This is overwhelming on the right. So the argument about whether Jared Lee Loughner is a left-winger or a right-winger, it's BS. It doesn't matter. The overwhelming evidence is that he's a right-winger. Who cares? The situation that has been created, the rhetoric, is coming overwhelmingly from the right. Okay? So let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk about Clarence Dupnick, who's the Pima County Sheriff, who is actually saying, you know what? The political culture in Arizona is affecting this. It is affecting this. He's already being railroaded. We'll also talk about Fox News' role. We'll talk about the conclusions and much more. DavidPakman.com is the website. Thanks for listening. Plenty more still to come.
The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.